Good morning. So we just left Pinkham Gap, the Joe Dodge Lodge, starting out on the AT going northbound. So we're gonna hit Carter's Notch Hut tonight. That's about 6 miles away, but this trail gains over 3,000 feet in 3 miles. So we're gonna be doing a lot of rock scrambling. And anyway, it's very cold. Well, not very cold, but it's in the 40s today. Good wind chill, rainy. So it's sort of difficult hiking, but we're making do. It's about 8 in the morning, and I will check in later on, but it should be a very interesting day with a lot of rock scrambling. There's a white blaze up there, though.
They did do that. That's a structure.
Yeah.
Okay, so that section was just a warm up.
Okay.
This section's even steeper.
So, I don't know if I've mentioned, but I'm very scared of heights.
A couple of times I think you can
And that one completely freaked me out. How did y'all do, guys?
It's great.
Y'all were troopers. I was crying like a baby inside.
My way through it.
Oh my God. Cricket's back there, but I'm scared to lean out and film her. All right, for now we are off the cliffs.
Are we? Are we really?
I hope so. So I'm at Carter Notch Hut. We stayed here the first night. Yesterday was the absolute hardest 6 miles I have ever hiked in my life. It was boulder scrambles all the way up, then boulder scrambles all the way down, rain, cold. So we got here to Carter Notch Hut, and had a good meal, good dinner, good breakfast. It's sort of foggy and rainy out today, but we are going to persevere. We're going to go up Carter Dome and then back down, up and down a bit to Imp Campsite tonight. That'll be our first camping. It was very good to stay here at the AMC Hut. I really appreciate those guys. It's a very fun place to stay. So anyway, we will be hiking through the day and hopefully have some views up on top of Carter Dome, and I will take some pictures. So here we are on top of Carter's Dome. Have this big snowfield across. I guess we're on the north face. So it's raining, snow is on the trail. And the age-old dilemma, do I leave my rain gear on or take it off because I'm buried in sweat?
We have snow.
And we have a happy crowd behind us.
Who wants to go first?
All right, so my phone is dead, so I'm signing off. All right, here comes Cricket. And now it is pretty much pouring rain on top of the snow. Rain gear is a sauna inside. How was it, Cricket? Any falls? That was a lot of snow.
That dude was super specific too about 2 football fields.
Yeah.
Throw your sticks.
Yeah, this is a throw your sticks moment. Right, Gary?
Right on.
All right. tough navigation. Many opportunities to hurt yourself. So this is one of the Carter Ridge peaks we're on. And it was a good view till I started filming. But we came up there, down that ridge there, and from that peak. It's been very cloudy and rainy today, but overall a decent day. So I'm standing in front of the IMP campsite, S-I-M-P. Don't know what it stands for or what the story is behind it, but we made it over here in the rain. This is night 2 of our epic trip. Today was pretty brutal as well. We only hiked like 8 miles. We went from Carter Notch Hut over here to the IMP campsite. We went across the Carter Ridge, which was not too bad, not as bad as yesterday, but then coming down was absolutely brutal. It was just straight down, very like steep rocks and scrambling down the hill. Took like 7 hours to do 8 miles, which is, in Georgia, I hiked 2.5 miles an hour. Up here, we're averaging like 1 mile an hour just due to the rock climbs and everything. But anyway, here is the campsite. We're gonna stay in this shelter. I'm gonna switch it back around. So here is the front of the shelter, all our gear drying out. Inside, more gear, and then there's some campsites down here that the wood platforms for tents, but since it's been raining for the last 2 days, everything is pretty soaked, so we are just staying inside the shelter, which is actually a pretty nice shelter. So anyway, it's going to be raining again tonight, tomorrow through the weekend, and I think it's supposed to finally quit raining Tuesday. By then we'll hopefully be well up into Maine. Tomorrow we're going into Gorham for the night, stay in a hostel, drink some beer, dry our stuff out, and regroup, lick our wounds, and start over again. And by then we'll cross into Maine. So I will check in later. Good morning, starting day 3 back on trail. Last night wasn't too bad, slept in the shelter at IMP campsite, and slept reasonably good. I think there were 11 people in there, 5 and 6 on each level. A lot of rolling and turning by people, but no major snorers, so it was okay. And we got about 8 or 9 miles. We're gonna go into Gorham tonight, stay at the Barn Hostel. There's a brewery in town, so life is gonna get better. I think I'll actually dry out some too. On top of Mount Moriah, I'm sure there's a view, but we're kind of in the clouds. But we made it to the top after a bunch of rock scramble. Woo! Now just walking through a Christmas tree farm. It's all spruce up here high. Oh, I guess it's spruce. It's Christmas tree stuff. Dang, these hills are steep. White blaze. Still boggy up here. I'll show you in a second. Trail's very swampy. I started with wet feet. I was really a little bit concerned about it. But shoot, my feet got wet again within 10 seconds. So, it doesn't really matter. We should be at the peak pretty soon. I think we've been climbing a little over a mile here. A lot of rot scrambling, but now I appear to be back in the forest. So that's all good. I'm trying to conserve battery on my phone too. So, I'll cut this short. We are descending down to some highway, then we get a shuttle into Gorham, which has a brewery, which is my goal for the day. So anyway, I don't know if I can video and not kill myself, so I'm gonna quit videoing. So we came off yesterday on day 3 to get out of the rain for one, and we had a resupply at the barn hostel, which is the bunk room in the background. Unfortunately, Cricket, one of our people, took a very bad fall, had to be evacuated via EMS, and so she has left us this morning to go back home. She has a lot of ER follow-up to do. But we are going to continue on. We're taking a 0 today at the hostel, and then tomorrow we're going to start back on Highway 2 and go northbound out of Rattle River, which is where Cricket took the fall. And I think I'm going to now come off at Wrangley at the Hiker's Hut, get public transit back down to Boston, and fly out home because I have to be back at work and I have to figure out a schedule to do that. So I'm giving myself a little bit of leeway. So anyway, back on the trail tomorrow, but we'll leave this really cool place to stay. So we are back on trail again. Just got dropped off at Highway 2 in New Hampshire from Gorham. Notice I'm now wearing sunglasses because the rain has finally quit for a bit. We're supposed to have a day of full sun with very few chance of rain. We're doing a little bit of road walk now, and hopefully we'll get back on trail soon. We're at mile 1896 on the trail. I'm gonna go about 13 miles today, I think. So this is the view. Back on trail soon. Man, we could be back in Georgia in these woods. Up at Gentian campsite today after about 13 miles. Still really hard hiking up here. Had a good day of weather, but the sun, I think, brought out the bugs, so the gnats have been ferocious, especially in this campsite. Had to wear the bug net for a while. Tenting on a wooden platform, which is nice. I don't think I'll have any ground residue or anything on the ground cloth tomorrow, so that should be pretty smooth. And then we'll cross over into Maine, I think after about 2 miles tomorrow, and camp, I believe, right before Mahoosic Notch. And then day after tomorrow, we'll do Mahoosic Notch, Mahoosic Arm, and then hopefully things are going to start getting a little bit easier as far as the terrain. It's hard to strike a balance between the rain and cold versus the warm and the gnats. So I don't know, pick your poison. But we're going to grab some dinner. It's probably about 6 o'clock now, and I think it'll be an early bedtime because it's been a very hard day once again. The trail just seems to be either hills, bouldering, you know, bogs, mud, rocks. It's definitely not Georgia anymore. But anyway, we'll get a good dinner in and then early bedtime, and then hopefully we'll have good weather without all the bugs tomorrow. So it is the start of our 5th day on trail. We camped at Gentian Campground last night, and I actually used my tent for the first time on this trip, which was good. Sleep much better in a tent than a crowded shelter. So I just got some water to filter for the hike today, and we have like 2 pretty strong climbs, I think. At least, I don't know, 3,000-4,000 feet elevation change. I think what we're gonna do is try to get near Mahoosic Notch this afternoon and then hit it very early in the morning, because that's gonna be a real bear tomorrow with Mahoosic Notch and Mahoosic Arm. And then we will cross into Maine in about 5 miles today, which I'm excited about, just get into a new state. And that's sort of the agenda for today. Just got another gnat in my eye. Sunglasses are broken, which is my first line of defense against gnats. So we'll just see how the day goes. This isn't good. Oh boy. That isn't good. There's like no way. Let's go around. Spongy tundra. My hiking pole sank to the hilt. Still on Mount Success. Hopefully we're going to continue to be successful here. I think this is just a leap. Oh yeah! Go, Marty, go. It's only 4 feet deep mud. All right. I threw my pole from way up there where Marty is, and it went in this giant hole, and then it wound up way down here in the middle of the earth. But I think I can get it. So I'm on top of Goose Eye Mountain. That was a traumatic climb. Like, I'm not a fan of heights. There were rebar rungs in the rocks, straight up climb, followed by a ladder climb, followed by like walking along this 6-inch ledge, all with my backpack on. So I'm like traumatized. I'm waiting on Marty and Gary to get up here. Yeah, man, you see this view. So that's what we just came down and back up behind me. I can't remember the name of it. And then we still have to go up North Goose Eye, or some other Goose Eye. Little Goose Eye goes a long way. But anyway, I survived one of these peaks anyway. I'm looking forward to getting in camp. But I have 2 mountains to climb still. But we'll get there. So once Marty and Gary get here, we'll crank on to the next one. So here we are on the next of the Goose Eye Mountains. That's actual Goose Eye Mountain that we just came up. And then back down. And now up this one. Really windy. I haven't seen a white blaze in a long time, so I hope I'm still on the trail. But I did see a footprint somewhere up here. Waiting on Gary and Marty, and then I think what we're gonna do is go over this next mountain there, and that is North Goose Eye. And you can probably see the trail down through there somewhere. And then once we get down here, up and over that, I think we're gonna come down to the Full Goose campsite. Full not meaning full amenities. I guess it just means you've fully done the Goose Eye Mountains. And I'll be glad to have this one in the history books, but it is a nice view up here, you have to admit. 360, man. Ugh. Dang. No easy way through a bog. I'm gonna probably sink. Hope they find me someday. Alright. Let's try this. Man, this is crazy. It's like a fog board there. But not there. Sinks about 3 feet. This is sketchy. Alright, I gotta make progress. Earth is sinking. Sort of back where I started. Alright. This is it. And I'm out. Well, kinda. Yeah. Finally on North Goose Eye. Up at the top. Don't want to lose the trail while I'm filming. Okay, there it is. Really aren't any blazes out here. You just sort of hope for the best and look for footprints of other hikers that you hope knew the way. And dang, all this climbing. So since we're near the top, or at the top, I think there's only like 0.3 miles downhill to the Full Goose campsite and shelter. And I'm looking forward. I think I'm gonna actually sleep in the shelter tonight because I think it's gonna rain. I don't want to put up a wet tent prior to going down the Hoosick Notch. Dang it. Might have gotten off trail. Okay, I gotta quit filming. is howling, there's clouds everywhere, it's raining. It's a pretty miserable day. And it's really hard to do all these climbs. And now we got to descend to the Mahoosic Notch. So that's going to be a total challenge for the day. I think the plan, I don't know, it keeps changing just based on our circumstances. We might try to get out to Bethel tonight, but I think we're going to attempt to at least get down into, shoot, what's it called? Some notch. I want to say Gorham, but that's not right. But anyway, we're going to try and get off trail today. If not today, we're going to come up to Andover tomorrow, which was our original plan. So anyway, I don't think I'm going to be filming much from the notch just because it's such miserable weather, and I'm having to keep my camera in a bag inside my pack. So I will hopefully check in after the notch, and hopefully we will make it through in the rain okay. I'm not looking forward to that extended challenge there, but we'll do it. All right, just did a big descent. I think we're about to enter the notch now. This must be that abandoned hope, all you who enter sign. But yeah, that was a big descent off that mountain. Rain's off and on, it's not too bad. So yeah, I don't know how much I'll film coming out of the notch because it's, you know, rainy and I don't want to bash my camera on a rock or something. So we'll see. Yeah, the plan, I think we're gonna all regroup at this shelter 3.6 miles from here. That'll be out of the notch and up the next mountain, the Mahoosic Arm. So I will probably check in from there. Good morning. We are walking out. Expect to find a shelter this morning. It rained all night. This is a pretty tough day, man. All of our gear is wet. A lot of my gear really got tore up pretty bad in the notch yesterday. So we're gonna walk out, try and get a ride in Bethel, Maine. I think Grafton Notch is about 6 miles away. Who knows what that 6 miles will entail. These uphills and downhills are pretty treacherous up here. So anyway, we're gonna come out there. I might bail just because a lot of my gear has failed, including my shoes. And I have to be back at work anyway. I'm not seeing a path forward to not summer or even rain. So we'll see. But anyway, at least the sun is coming out and things are starting to dry on the body. That wet shoes, wet everything. But looking forward to cold beer and a hot meal. That's nice. It'll be nice and then I'm on the way. Possibly down to Boston, I don't know. But we'll see. So that's Old Speck Mountain. I think we gotta climb that, but I think there's like a fire tower up top that you can get to sort of as a 0.3 mile side hike. But unless we need better cell coverage, which we have none right now, we'll probably miss it because heck man, I've seen enough cloud views this trip. Anyway, this terrain's not too shabby. It's difficult by Georgia standards, but it's a heck of a lot better than it has been. Even though we're walking down or up a creek bed. But heck, all is good. No one's been injured yet.